peeps, how's everybody doing? I am Adriana and this is Colorbyadry. Today I'm going to bring you the Would You Rather video that almost everybody is doing out there. I've been tagged by several people and I had not had the time to do it. So this is probably going to come a little late, maybe when the fad of doing this is probably fading. But here I am. So I'm going to be coloring this page while I answer the question. I already started it. It is from this book, because I know everybody's going to ask, the Fairy Flowers Coloring Book by Frederick Warne, and is based on the works of Cicely Mary Barker's illustrations, which they're beautiful. I am so in love with this book. I really am so in love with this book. I think I'm going to color as many pages as I can while I still got the fever for the book. So let's start. While I'm coloring this, let's start with the first question. It says, would you rather live near the beach or the mountains? Well, I live near the mountains right now. And I really love being near the mountains because of the, even though we're having a heat wave, and apparently it looks like almost everybody in the world is having a heat wave, but it's getting really, really hot here. And well, we don't have AC, but I like living near the mountains because of the breeze that I get from the mountains, because it doesn't get that hot whenever we're not getting a heat wave. And yeah, I really, really do like it. So I would rather stay living near the mountains. I think living near the beach is nice if you're one of those persons that like to go out and hang out by the beach, and which I am not. I don't like the feeling of sand in my skin, and I like to go every once in a while with friends, but that's like for a vacation, not to leave. So it's a different story once you live near a beach or you just go for vacation. I'd say going for vacation is perfectly good. That is fine. I do love that. But I don't love having to live day-to-day life in the heat of the coast. I don't think I could do that. So definitely continue living in the mountains. The next question, and I think I'm going to, and I only have 25 questions. This was sent to me by Helen from Helen Artworks. You need to go check her channel. She's a growing YouTuber that does really good content of, of what we like. And every time I start a video, I get the hiccups. Okay, I'm going to try to stop breathing for a minute so it could go away. Anyway. So she sent me the question, but she only sent me 25 questions, and I believe there is a lot more. So I do not have them, so I'm going to have to just do the 25 questions that I have. Anyway, the second question was, would you rather have a talking pet or a self-cleaning house? I don't think I would, I don't think a self-talking pet, it will be anything for me, since I already understand my Bruno. Whatever he wants all the time, he talks even though he doesn't say a word. I understand what he's saying, so I don't need that. But it definitely a self-cleaning house, I do need that. I clean my house on a regular basis, and I have a lady that comes every 2 or 3 weeks, but I still feel like I need to have, and I would love to have somebody that will clean my house like every day, because I love to have my house clean. There's nothing better than that. So a self-cleaning house will be perfect for me instead of a talking pet. I mean, Brunito already talks to me. He already tells me how he feels. I know him so well that whatever is going on, if he doesn't feel well, if he's happy, if he feels like I'm not paying enough attention to him, if he's hungry, if he wants to go for a walk, he tells me all those things without saying a word. And I think I know him so well. I had him since he was born. That I really don't need for him to talk to me. So yeah, definitely a self-cleaning house. That would be great. Like I could get up in the morning and everything will be clean. There will be floors clean and no dust anywhere. The house will smell wonderful all the time. That is just an amazing that I will give anything for. 3, would you rather glow in the dark or sparkle in the sunlight? Well, I don't like to be in the sun too much because of the same thing. I get too hot and it's just miserable for me to feel too hot. So sparkle in the sunlight doesn't, it's like it doesn't call my attention. So glow in the dark, I don't understand why we want any of those. I don't think I want either. But if I had to pick, I will have to say glow in the dark. But I don't think I found any of those things beneficial for anything. So, but if it's just for the fun of it, yeah, for the fun of it, will probably be the glow in the dark. Like, yeah, I'll never get lost like that. Everybody will see me in the dark. I don't understand. I really don't understand that question of what is the meaning behind it. But okay. Okay, so glow in the dark it is. Would you rather read all day or hike all day? Obviously, the person that wrote this loves to read and loves to hike, so she needed to pick one. I don't love to hike. I'll probably be too tired. And reading all day doesn't appeal to me. I can read for 30 minutes for an hour. That is good. But reading all day, that doesn't appeal to me either. I'm not being very good at this, am I? This is like not my personality. I'm so sorry. Oh gosh. Let's see. So, but if I had to pick, I had to say read, because I'm definitely not going to be hiking all day. That'll be too much. I mean, I go to the gym and I do exercises and I do the stair machine, and I do that for 30 minutes to 45 minutes, and that's like hiking. But that's as much as I can take. I'm beat up after that. And I used to only be able to do 15 minutes, 30 minutes. I can do up to 45 minutes now, but that is just like, no, I don't think I can do more than that. So hiking would probably like the same thing, like, climbing stairs. And all day, I'll be dead by the end of the day. Let's see. Would you rather eat pizza or ice cream for breakfast? Well, ice cream for breakfast only sounds good if it's a hot, hot day. And even like that, it doesn't sound good. And I know pizza sounds good. I think I would probably eat pizza for breakfast. It's not healthy at all. But if I had to choose between ice cream and pizza, then I would have to say pizza. And I have had pizza for breakfast, and it's good. You just have to make sure that you don't eat too much. But yeah, it is good. So yeah, it will have to be pizza, because ice cream, I want something warm in the morning when I wake up. That's why I get up, and the first thing I do is a nice warm cup of coffee. And I could pair a cup of coffee with a slice of pizza. Yeah, I couldn't pair a cup of coffee with ice cream. No, I couldn't. So yeah, it'll have to be pizza. And I think once in the blue moon, those things can happen without any implications on your health. Yeah. So yeah, that will be that. The next question is: Would you rather see into the future or go back in time? This is a very interesting question. I was just watching Auntie Chris on her live stream, and she just happened to be doing this stuff too. And I already had the plan to be recording this video because I'm recording videos for all the time that I'm going to be in Cali while visiting my family and celebrating my birthday. So she had that question, and somebody, I think it was her daughter, said that if you go back in time, then your future is not the same because you alter the timeline, and then things just go differently, and that is called the butterfly effect. And I don't know if you guys watched that movie. It's actually called The Butterfly Effect, and it was with Ashton Kutcher. And it was basically that you go back and change any minuscule thing, just any little thing. It changes things in the future. So if you change the past, you don't have the same future. So if you go back to the past, you won't have the same future that you have now. So that will only be if you were unhappy with what you have right now, then you will go and change something else. But then it'll also affect other people, not just your present or your future. It will affect other people. So I would say, one time my children asked me, and this just reminds me of that, if I was to do it all over again, would I marry their father? And that's because we didn't have a very good marriage. So they asked me that, thinking I would say, no, I will never marry him. And I said, if I were to go back in time, I probably wouldn't change anything because it made me the person that I am right now. And I am happy with the person that I am right now. So the only reason to go back in time is to change something that you're not happy with the present. And I am okay with my present. Every decision that I have made, good or bad, has made me who I am. And I know that every decision that I make right now is going to affect my future. And I'm okay with that. I just had to know that I had to understand that whatever I do in my daily life affects my future, and I had to live with the consequences of that. So that's a good reason why you really have to think about what you're doing in any situation, and embrace your decisions. If you made a mistake, well, then you made a mistake, and then you just embrace it, and then just go on, move on. If there's nothing it can be done to be repaired, then you just move on. If it can be repaired, then repair it, and that's it. But there is a saying, I think it's in English too, crying over spilled milk is just worthless. So if you made mistakes in the past, then just face them and just move on, go on with your life. So changing the past, for me, going to my past will not make any difference because I will not change a thing. So probably looking into the future, because I just had to choose one. So probably be looking into the future. And that again, why would I want to know if there's nothing better than being surprised what was going on, good or bad? Just that is the fact of living. And I'm just getting too philosophical here. So I'm probably getting you bored to that. The next question. Would you rather have a robot voice or chipmunk laugh? Oh, like talk like a robot? I don't think I want to do that. And I think I already have a chipmunk laugh. So I already have it. So there it is. I don't think I can change that. So yes, I'll stay with the chipmunk laugh. Definitely don't want to have a robot boys. Let's see. Would you rather color in an uninterrupted for an entire day or 1 hour every day? I don't think I want to color uninterrupted for an entire day. That would be really, I'll get bored, and then I'll probably never, if I color one whole day uninterrupted, like from the moment I get up to the moment I go to sleep without stopping, I will, because uninterrupted, that's what it means. Not stopping for anything that's uninterrupted. That will be my last day of coloring. So no, it will be 1 hour a day. Definitely. Would you rather swim with dolphins or fly with birds? I love water. Really love water. There was a time when I went on a cruise in Mexico, from the United States to Mexico, in Cozumel. And in Cozumel, I took one of those tours that they had, and I went snorkeling. And it was the best time. It was an uplifting experience. Just going down and, seeing all the fish life, and that is just magnificent. So I would probably say that I will rather swim with the dolphins, because that experience is one that I will never forget. I absolutely loved it. And it was just, and I did that. This is something I did on my own by myself. I took the cruise by myself, and I needed that time for me. I've done so many things in my life just for me. And I will never ever forget it, because it was incredible. It was one of those things, that those once in a lifetime things that you have to do, like in your bucket list. And I will never ever forget it. So definitely swimming with dolphins. Would you rather live in a city penthouse or a rural castle? In a city penthouse, depending on the city. But I think I would rather live in a rural castle. As I get older, I have always been a city girl. Okay? But as I get older, I'm more and more attracted to rural areas. Like more and more. And I just think the peace that you feel in those areas is unimaginable. I absolutely think it's the best feeling. One of the reasons why I'm moving to a small town is that because it's a rural area, because you feel the peace around you. And city life is starting to be too much for me. Would you rather have a live-in cook or massage therapy? Live-in cook anytime. Yes, and this is why. I live by myself, so I had to cook for me, and I don't like to cook just for me. If I'm going to cook for a lot of people, I do like it because I can think about wonderful dishes to make, and I am a good cook. But if I am going to cook for myself, I end up eating things that are not that healthy, even though I do try to eat healthy. But I end up not eating the right things because I get lazy. Like, I don't want to just do something for me. Goodness, I've been doing this, and then you guys probably not seeing what I did. So I've been doing things. I cook just for me, and when I do that, I either cook to where I can eat it 2 or 3 times a week. Like, you know, whatever I cook today, I'll eat tomorrow and the day after. And then I get bored. Sometimes I just end up throwing the food away. But if I were to have somebody cook for me and I tell them, you know, this is what I want to eat, it has to be healthy, it has to help me not gain weight, and then that person knows exactly what I like about those choices, then I think I'll probably eat better. So definitely a living cook. Yeah, most definitely. It will make my life so much easier not to think about what I'm gonna have for lunch, because that person already be thinking about what is best for me, and make sure that not only is best for me, but that I also like it, that is also delicious. So for me, that will be like a dream come true. The next one, would you rather give up salt or sugar? Well, you cannot give up salt completely. You can reduce the amount of salt, but nobody can ever give up salt completely. And I already given up sugar for the most part. I don't consume regular sugar. I sweeten anything that I drink with Splenda. So it will have to be sugar completely give up sugar, because there is no way you can completely give up salt ever. You will find it in some of the ingredients will already be because sodium is what is salt. So yeah, you might not put the physical sodium in the food, but it will be there in other ways. So in seasoning stuff, there's always sodium in that. So there is no way you can get away with zero sodium. Plus, your body does need sodium. Not a lot, but it does need it, and to stabilize you. If not, you get sick. So yeah, so it will have to be completely given up sugar, which it will have to be also giving up Splenda, I think, because that's what I use. I don't use anything else. I do have brown sugar in my house just in case somebody comes and I'm making something like a drink or something, or coffee, and they don't drink Splenda, because people think that Splenda thinks differently, and I don't think it does. I actually do not feel any different, but I do have it, only I don't use it. Would you rather color with water mediums or only dry mediums? This is an easy one, and people that if I say I'm gonna, if I were to say here right now, oh, I would love to only color with water mediums, they'll know I'd be lying. Because I am not a water medium girl. I tried it so much, I just don't enjoy it. So it has to be a dry medium, like pencils. Any dry medium. Pencils or pastels, any dry medium I do well. But any wet medium, I don't do that well. So no. The answer is very clear, and I think everybody knew I was gonna say that. It has to be dry. Okay. And I'm already halfway through it. I don't have all the questions. I'm already halfway through it. I just love this book. Okay, would you rather color only one page for 35 coloring books, or color every page in 5 books? I don't think I would like to color every page in 5 books unless I can pick those 5 books. So if I were to pick them, let's say I'll get fairy tale and folklore. I will say fantasy world by Emily Little Hall Over. That's 2. Let me see if I can come up with 5. And I would say Fairy Tale Worlds by Maria Troll. Shooting Star by Maria Troll. And Christmas by Hannah Carson. Yes, I'll probably pick those 5. If I were to pick that would be the 5. And then I could color every page in those books because I think those are very good books and I could definitely see myself coloring the whole book. Now, if I didn't have those books choices, then I will have to go for the 35 coloring books and only 1 page. But yeah, if I can pick the 5 books, then it's gonna be the 5 books. But if I cannot pick, then it will be the 35 books. Would you rather be able to speak all human languages or be able to speak to animals? I don't think I need to speak to animals. So I would rather speak all human languages. That would be cool. I could communicate with anybody at any given time. So yeah, speak. And it says speak. It doesn't say read or write. It says speak. Because a person can speak a language and not know how to read or write in that language. So yeah, I would love to speak the language, every language in the whole wide world. That would be my choice. Oh, let's see. I was going to do her in a light blue. Would you rather binge watch a new series or rewatch an old favorite? I would say, let's do the shortest first. I would say binge watch a new series or rewatch an old favorite. I will rewatch an old favorite. And that's because as a Cancer, and I'm just talking about my personality here, as a Cancer, we kind of find comfort in things that we know. That's why we find comfort in family, and so those things makes it feel like we're safe. Like it makes us feel that we belong. So the watching old series, that would be my choice, because what if I don't like a new series and I had to binge watch? I don't think I want to do that. What if I start watching it and I don't like it? So yeah, definitely it has to be in all series. And what series would I watch? There's so many that I think I would like to completely watch again. I can't think of anything right now, but okay, so I will completely watch the Avonlea series of the ones that were filmed in Canada, like in the 90s. That I will watch all over again. And I will watch it several times. Like I will rewatch it and rewatch it like that. If I can have just that on my TV, then I would, that is based on the Anne of Green Gables. I definitely would do that. And what other series? Colombian series, there's also some that I will watch again because they're funny. Yeah, definitely in all series. Would you rather own all coloring books from your favorite illustrator or own coloring books from many different illustrators but not your favorite? Whew, that's tough. I already own, out of my favorite illustrators, I already have a lot of their of her books. And so I have, which one are my favorite? So I adore Emily. I love Hannah. I like Maria Troll. I'm starting to really like Fabiana Atanasio. So there's always new ones that will be good to discover. So I would rather own coloring books from many different illustrators because I know that I'll be able to find a new favorite then. Yeah, it will have to be that. Even though it's kind of hard to think that you could give up. But I have several, so I don't have to be giving up one. So that, I don't know, it's hard also to think that I had to give up one. So it will have to be, I don't know which one. I can't pick. I can't pick. So somebody else will have to pick for me because I won't be able to do it. Would you rather own Old Derwent, Caran d'Ache, or Faber-Castell products? I only have the from Derwent. I only had the Chroma Flows, and I'm not that impressed with them. Yeah, they're good, but I'm not like, oh, this is the most amazing set of color pencils that I ever own, and that's just my own opinion. I own the Caran d'Ache. I own Caran d'Ache will be Pablo's, will be Luminance, will be Neo Colors, and will be, those are very good brands. Faber-Castell is also very good, will be Polychromos, Arbor, and so I will go with Caran d'Ache because with Caran d'Ache I could get water soluble, which I think is called Aquarelle, and I will get Pablo's, which I really like my Pablo's. I haven't used them lately that much, but I do like them. And then I'll get Neo Colors, which I really like. So if I only can pick one, and it's hard to say because I adore my Polychromos. It's most used. That's hard to say. Like can I pick two? No, it's hard to say. So I'm kind of torn between Faber-Castells and Caran d'Ache, and I know that Faber-Castell has the Albert Dürer, which I used to have, and I don't have them anymore. And they're very good watercolor pencils, and I never use the Aquarelle Swiss brand like the Caran d'Ache. I never used that one. So but then Caran d'Ache has more options. Then I had to go with Caran d'Ache. And I'm sorry, Polychromos. You know I love you. Bye-bye. Yeah. Will have to be that. I will have to say goodbye to my Polychromos and not ever think about getting the Albert Dürer. Would you rather color cute or creepy? I don't like creepy. So that's an easy one. Cute. 100%. I'm not a creepy. Look at me. I'm doing fairies. How much cuter that can be. I have a very sensitive soul. Like the pain of the world really gets to me. Like it really, really does. Like it really touched my soul. And if I know somebody's suffering, then I suffer. And I can't help it. Some people say, well, some people can just put it aside. I cannot do it. I cannot do it. And And I think this is coming up because of how I'm feeling right now about what's going on in Venezuela, what could happen in Colombia. And I'm sorry if I talk about this and this makes you uncomfortable and you drop out of the video right now. I understand, but how can I say it? Let me say in a very good and tactful way. People say that they don't want to be political, and that's fine and dandy. But you know what? Everything we do in life, every single thing we do is a political stand. It's a political stand. No matter how you want to change it, however you do, whatever you do in life is a political stand. So not wanting to comment on things that happen because you don't want to make somebody else feel uncomfortable because you have a different opinion. And that is the point. We have come to believe that if we express an opinion, then that the other person has to immediately agree with us, or then they're against us. And that is not true at all. We can have different opinions and still get along. We could think different and still get along. What we cannot do, and this is what I said, what we cannot do is have an opinion and try to push it down somebody else's throat. That is not acceptable. So having an opinion doesn't make you bad. Having an opinion makes you a person that's living in this time that we are living on. So because of that, that's what I've been feeling for the last couple of days because of what happened in Venezuela. Is people are suffering, and it just makes me, it aches me and pains me to see that the life go on like nothing. And I cannot do that. I cannot. Many times I cannot even sit down to color because I feel like I cannot do that. I cannot. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm completely wrong. Maybe I should go about my life. But you know what? Those are people too. Those people that, were mothers, were fathers, were children, were grandmothers, were aunts and uncles, were best friends, were next door neighbors, were whatever we find in our everyday life. Those were those people there. And I am their neighbor. I live in Colombia. I am Venezuela's neighbor. Venezuela has always been our brother, our brother country, or the place that we feel like is so similar to us, that eat the similar things. They love arepa just like we do. And yes, arepa is Colombian, even though this Venezuela says theirs. It's a joke. It's a joke to lighten things up. If you don't get it, well, search it, research it, look it up in Google. But I had to say, for my brothers and sisters in Venezuela, I am elevating my thoughts every day, that everybody that is under that rubble is found alive. I know that's not possible, but that's my wish. And I'm going to move on because I'm going to go to the next question. A lot of people left probably, and it's fine. We don't have to have the same opinion. What was I? Why did I go there? It was Color, Cute, or Creepy. Okay, it was about my sensibility. Yeah. Cute or creepy, yeah, made me think about my sensibility. Would you rather color at desk or on the couch? I always, unless I'm recording, if I'm recording, then I color at the desk, like right now. But if I'm not recording, then I color on the couch, because I can be watching TV, I can be doing other things, and it feels good. Would you rather have the ability to teleport or to be invisible? Okay, so you right now what I'm gonna say is is going to it's gonna reveal my psyche. If you're into psychology, what I'm gonna say is gonna reveal exactly who I am and all my traumas. I already feel invisible, like I do. I do. So I don't want to be invisible. That feeling is not a good feeling. So I would much rather teleport. I would I would teleport and see my kids. I would teleport and go to Cali and see my aunt without having to travel for 4 hours. Yes, definitely teleport is a much better option. Yeah. I don't want to be invisible. That's an awful feeling. Nobody sees you. No. I don't want to do that. Would you rather eat spicy or sweet? And okay, so 3 years ago, and I had to say this so you understand where I'm going, where I'm coming from, and why I'm saying this. 3 years ago, I had a gastric bypass. No, not a gastric. I keep on saying that. I didn't have a gastric bypass. I had a gastric sleeve. So what they did is they cut 80% of my stomach, they stapled it, and then they let it heal. And then my stomach is now this little long tube where I cannot hold that much food. Okay. So one of the things that people said, and it's completely true, that when you have a bariatric surgery, your tastes change. And before my surgery, I used to love savory things. In this case, spicy will come into play. Like I would love to eat things that were, with flavor, spice, and those were my go-to. And I probably eat way too much of that. And then I would not be attracted to sweets at all. Not at all. Since the surgery, my taste buds change. And now, and then I had to really be really careful because now I crave sweets. And my stomach tells me when to stop if I'm eating things that are not sweet, like salty stuff, like normal food. I eat and then I feel full. Within a few minutes, I started to eat. I feel full and I stop. But if I'm eating something sweet, which it made me, just talking about it, my mouth start getting watery. If I'm eating something sweet, then I can't stop. So I had to really be careful when I eat sweets, and I don't keep sweets in my apartment because of that. Because if I have them there, like I want to go and eat it, and that's worse than eating anything else. Sweets have so much more calories. So I would say I would rather eat sweets, but that's not the best for me. Would you rather color with alcohol markers or water-based markers? I'm gonna say alcohol markers. I'm not very good at it, but I am not that good at water anything. So I will have to be water-based markers. I know, alcohol markers. Yeah, that's what it will have to be. If I want to do something that I like, then it had to be. Well, the thing is that I don't like to use markers. It's hard because I'm not good at that type of medium. So that's kind of hard. I will have to be Yeah, well, I had to go with alcohol markers, and maybe the more I use them, the better I get at them. Yeah. Would you rather color the background first or last? I'm always background first. In this case, I'm not doing the background, so that's why it doesn't have the background. But like when I did this one, I did the background first. That, for me, a background first is important because it just tells me where to go. Like if I have an idea, let's say I want to do, like let's say this, and let's say I was going to do background and I want to do it sunny, I want to do it dark, or so the background is going to direct me on what to do for the rest. And on this, I might just come with a little bit of pen pastels and just like, do a little bit of blue because there's a lot of blue in here, and just call it because this one is so pretty that I don't need that much more. Actually, I'm almost done with this, but I'm always a background first, always. For the most part, that's what I do. Would you rather color Hannah Carson's Maria Troll and Melpomene, or Rita Berman, Dennis Clate, or Kirby Roseanne? Okay, well, here is giving me two things. I know Rita Berman has beautiful books, but all of her books from the beginning, the only book that I really want because I've seen some beautiful things in there would be the adventures book. Can't remember the name. Okay, will be that one that I want. I think I've seen some beautiful things there. And I don't like Kirby Roseanne. And so that will be a no. Rita Bergman. So that would probably be Hannah Carlson, Maria Troll, and Mel Pomeni. I don't have any books from him, but I've seen some beautiful books. I love all of Hannah Carson's books. So definitely, I already have 14 of her books. One on the way, which is the Halloween, which is coming out next week. So definitely, we'll have to go for Hannah Carlson, Maria Troll, and Mel Pomeni. Yeah. Yeah, we'll have to go for that. Let's see. Should I do this? Should I just kind of like darken up these parts? Just a little bit. It's like defining it. Just a little bit of definition. Yeah, a little bit of definition is good. So those are all the questions I have. I know that there is more, but I just don't have them. So I hope that help you look in a little bit into what is in my head, and also the replies. There is a huge psychological profile every time we answer one of those questions. It tells so much about who we are. Mm, and that's the reason why we feel the way we feel when we reply to some of this stuff. That's why sometimes it's harder for us not to be strong about what we feel, because those things really, really put us in the spotlight for our personality. Oh, I really love how this is coming out. I think I'm gonna hang out for a minute here and show you. I don't have any more questions, but I'm gonna see if we could do this while I'm still in the video, and just like I don't want to. Hold on. I don't want to. Okay. Oh gosh, no. I don't want to damage it, but I want to make it feel better. Make it look more, little more burnished without being too strong. You know what I mean? Okay, so I'm gonna go for the pen pastels and see if we can do something for this background. I don't want to mess it up too much. It got too light in here, so let's fix that. Because I think it got too dark, too light, so let's fix that. Like it got cloudy. I did fix it. It brought the brightness again. Let's do, because I feel like I messed up some areas here. Wow, I totally forgot that I was cooking for Bruno and I almost burned his food. I was like, what's smelling like that? It didn't burn, so it's not bad, but it was about to burn. It wasn't completely dry. Oh, wow. Okay. Does it look better? Because I felt like I overdid it on top of this, and that it looks dull. Like I can't get it to be a nice and bright green again. Okay, too. Okay, so I'm gonna leave it like that. It's a good thing I found out that I forgot about I was cooking for him. Let's do a little bit of more here. A little more here. Okay, so that's it. I hope you liked everything that I did here, and I hope you liked my answers to the questions, would you rather? And so that is all for today. You have a great week, rest of the week, weekend, whenever you are watching this. I hope everything that you color comes out beautiful because you deserve it. If this is your first time coming in to watch me in my channel, then welcome. I'm happy you're here, and I hope you come back. And if it's not your first time, then thank you for coming back. Have a wonderful rest of the day, and we'll talk later. Bye. Ciao.